How do you want to die? While standing somewhere in public, and while being watched by several people just suddenly evaporate, causing large amounts of confusion. Old people, it's the rapture. Young people, it's the snap. The snap was just the rapture but faster. We call it the velocirapture. Staked through the heart by the last descendant of a vampire hunting family who've been seeking revenge for generations. Belmont's bloody tears intensifies. I want to fall asleep, have a beautiful dream and dissolve into it. Honestly, yes, there's something really comforting about dissolving into a dream and never realizing it, like this is just your reality now. Edit. I went to bed last night not thinking anything about this comment, and then I wake up to this. Thank you, you're amazing. Not sure if I'm the only one, but almost all my dreams are hella weird. I can't imagine dying while dreaming about skiing from the top of the Eiffel Tower. Trying something I watched on a Red Bull commercial. After my wife, but only by a few minutes. So what kind of bomb would you like for me to place under your bed? Not all heroes wear capes. Honestly, I think I'd like to be poisoned. Preferably with one that is quick and not too painful. There's an air of drama and mystery to being poisoned that I love. Who poisoned me? How did they get close enough to me to commit the dastardly act of slipping the poison into my food? Was I a spy? The victim of a scorned lover? Having an affair with a high-ranking government official that I tried to blackmail? Who knows? You also get the added element of it often not being obvious at first, which amplifies the intrigue. Maybe if I get really lucky it can be a poison that's only made in some bunker in the Russian mountains. A man can dream. Does a poison like that exist? There's even a poison which will make you feel euphoric beyond your wildest dreams. Just the best feeling you've ever experienced before you slip into unconsciousness and never wake up again. It's called heroin. Having a giant ass rocket attached to the back of my wheelchair and fly off the side of a cliff. Lol. Or if not that, then probably dying in a 18th century sword duel. In sleep. Peacefully. 100% unexpected. At an old age. If not that, then I'd like to be ripped apart by a pack of wolves. Peacefully and in the hospital bed, not feeling pain, with all the people I love, and getting to say goodbye and love you to everyone. Happily, I felt that one. Same. Completely without warning or pain, in a way that does not bring harm to anyone. And that does not cause excess grief to my friends and family. Edit. I know this comment is idealized, but I think the question allows for that. So a sniper is taking you out, it seems. I don't. At least for the next 200 years. We'll see about it then. Easy. I want to die from the sun exploding at the end of its natural life cycle. I want to have humanity escape and live longer. I had a GF die in bed about an hour after sex. I think she did it right. Are you alright? Not really, but that was a decade ago. Saving someone else. Edit. Someone said it would need to be two people to make it worth it, which makes sense. There was the nicest young man who used to wait on us at a restaurant we went to frequently. We would always ask for him because we just loved him. Beautiful smile. You could tell he lived for making other people feel good. To be of service. He died saving someone from drowning in the lake. That's a way to go. I think what I fear most about death is not being able to say what I want to say to people I love. So while dying peacefully and unaware in my sleep sounds great in a way I'd kinda want to know. I don't want pain even though it, hopefully, won't last long. I think I'd feel more at peace dying holding onto the hand and looking into the eyes of someone I love and completely unaware then I'm just gone. Say it now. There were instances I thought I had all the time in the world, but things happen. Say it now. Say it often. You can listen as well as you hear. I don't know, but I hope it's cool. Like being eaten by a whale or something. That's fucking terrifying. Have you not seen Finding Nemo? Hit directly by a meteor. It's literally the only way to die that hasn't verifiably happened. One lady had one go through 3 floors in a house and break her leg. And a guy in India came close but it hit the propane tank next to him and ended as you'd think. That's dope. What about impaled by a narwhal? In a ducking sword battle. A sword battle in space. Dude, lightsabers. Nice try, Grim Reaper. I'm choosing old age. Being suffocated by a pretty lady sitting on my face in about 50 to 60 years. You'll be disappointing women all the way to the very end. Stop. He's already dead. Get kicked down a hole in Sparta. In sweet slow motion. Bold of you to assume that I can be killed. Delete this shit right now. Steven. No. I want to be bested in combat by an animal. A mosquito bites you before you die, and you get an incurable strain of tuberculosis. It's a slow and painful death, lasting over many years. But you can't complain. You asked to be bested by an animal in combat, and bested you were. Soon. Ha. Ha, you okay? No. I wanna do a sick ass skate trick down a huge double set duck up, and snap my neck killing me instantly. Alright, this is cool. I want to die at 90 years old at the least, in my sleep, after smoking a huge joint, and content with life. If I ever become a vegetable or my mind and body become deteriorated, then getting my neck snapped between a beautiful woman's thighs. Jim that r/death business no. What fabric is this subreddit? Fast, painless and with a smile on my face. By accident, by taking something. Accidental overdose or medications reacting badly, etc. An opioid and a benzo. That'll put you right to sleep. This is kinda messed up, but I used to have a real bad problem with opiates. I overdosed really bad once in a motel and someone told me I didn't have a pulse for a decent minute, and I was blue. They did CPR on me for about 20 minutes and I came back somehow. But I try and think back to what I remember, and I literally remember it, like I fell asleep. I remember going, damn, that shot was really good, and that was it. In my own bed, with a belly full of wine and a maiden's mouth around my cock, at the age of 80. Cool quote. You should put that in a book. And then make it into a TV show, and completely duck up the last duckine season. I'm still salty as shit about this. I want to be defeated in a duel by a vampire that looks like a gay stripper, and then as I have fought valiantly and to my best ability, unable to move due to my fatal wounds, be crushed by a falling stone cross as quickly and as soon as possible, or being mauled by a tiger. You okay? Brain aneurysm at the moment of climax while getting blown by two highly skilled Mexican hookers. Brain aneurysm, a ducking scary as duck. Yeah, they are. Any one of us could have won at this very moment and not have the slightest idea, but things to think about. Do you have a stressful life? Are you in poor health? Do you often have headaches that seem to hurt in the same exact spot? Do you sometimes feel a dull pain in your head, but it's not quite so bad that you take ibuprofen, but it happens often enough that you think, hope that isn't bad, just, don't think about how one day that aneurysm might just spontaneously rupture, causing you to get life-aided, pass out, and likely die before making it into an ambulance. I've had multiple dreams of dying while fighting a bear. It's not as bad as it seems. You get the chance to really give that bear everything you've got. There's a certain satisfaction in it when the jaws close around your neck and the final wet crunch comes. You know you did your best, but you were never going to win anyway. The bear is just going to take a swat at you, and your guts will be hanging out. Then it will eat you while you're still alive. There is a reason many cultures in the world made up a name to use instead of the true word for a bear. If you only use a different word for bear, then that becomes the real word for bear, lol. I've said it before, I refuse to die on this planet. I'm in my mid-20s. So I'm at least gonna be able to die on the goddamn moon. You go to school, you study hard, you pass up many parties, and lose many friends to achieve your dream. Forward 30 years, you've made it. You're in the ship. A tear slips from your eye. It's finally happening. Your dream is coming true. You've waited all your life. Just for this. The man starts counting. 10, 9, 8. Wonder what your wife is doing. 7, 6, 5 and how's your kid? Johnny? 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. Your ship explodes. You don't die immediately. You have just enough time to realize what's happening. All that's left of you is a picture your wife has on her nightstand. Well, at least you tried. In a game of Among Us. I imagine bleeding out during a heroin high would be ideal for comfort, but gladiatorial combat would be ideal for glory. Heroin overdose is absolutely my preferred method. Specifically, I want to get older, be diagnosed with a terminal illness, and then get the duck out of here a few weeks before I'm expected to die. Although I've never tried heroin, so who knows, that shit might not be as peaceful as I expected. Anytime someone, appropriate, like not kids, asks me what I'd want my last meal to be, I always say heroin. I mean, if you're going out and there's a 0% chance of making it, it's gotta be heroin. Overdosing on cheese. Dude, you showed me the only way to die right. Thanks. In my sleep at an old age. Wrestling bears in the American wilderness. In my sleep. Honestly, I wanna be murdered. But I want to be murdered because I was a good person and it drove some psycho crazy that I was successful. So they decided to murder me. I wanna be murdered for my legacy. Also, since I'm the youngest in a huge family, I would rather die earlier before watching all my family succumb to old age before I do. Very thoughtful reply, wet ass pussy. Definitely my favorite. In a hospital, with my family aware, time to mentally prepare and say my piece, and hopped up on a shitload of happy juice, whatever pharmaceutical name that is, in 40 years. Firing squad by far, such a cool way to go. Blindfold, no thanks. I like to look death in the face. That's the kind of guy I am. Apostrophe. Heavily overdosed on every type of drug. No, but seriously, I would probably want to die protecting someone else. Falling piano. Classic. Asteroid to the balls. Drunk and ducking my wife's girlfriend. Drifting into space on a one-way spacecraft. Isn't that how we all want to go? In a completely unexpected instant. But if I get a terminal illness, I'm going out in style. Rent a Corvette, buy a shitload of blow, get ridiculously high, and drive off a ducking cliff. Impending death by terminal illness is my one permissible time I give myself to do heroin. If I'm gonna die, I might as well do it in a state of absolute euphoria. Old. You chose the wrong profession. Damn. I was hoping someone would make this reference, and someone did. Nicely, and you. I wouldn't mind dying peacefully or in an effort to do good. Death by laughter on mem. Someone has to do it, not me. In an epic Roman style gladiator match, preferably against something cool like a bunch of lions or a pack of wolves. Saving a puppy from a burning building. On my own terms. That's the question. How would you like to die? I think he means suicide. Erotic asphyxiation. Reading these comments really shows that this is a two kinds of people question. In my jail, firearms after being shot by her husband. 2 days before retirement. Are you a cop? In my bed, dying peacefully in my sleep 1 month after my 100th birthday. Helping others, you know, like a medic. Death by cops for not paying my taxes. When I was younger, I fantasized dying the middle of a battle, fighting for a cause. Now I know I'd probably die of something like cancer. So with that said, I'd rather go out on my own terms. Drugged the hell up doing all the drugs I was told to stay away from. I'd rather be immortal. The fact that I will cease to exist without experiencing everything makes me sad. Not the dying part, but the lack of existence. Anyway, if I had to die, I would like to peacefully die in my sleep. Preferably the day after I cleaned my house so those who find the body don't judge the messy state of my room. Like Homer Simpson expected to naked lady avalanche. I don't. A lot of people say they won't want to live forever. Duck you. I do. I mean right now you do. Before long you wouldn't. How am I supposed to argue when you have a username like that? Shit. Peacefully and in my sleep. Not like my screaming passengers on the plane. Something is wrong, I can feel it. Soon. Right now in the arms of my girlfriend who just left me. I would die of happiness if she comes and hold me. In a way that someone will read about my death in an obscure corner of the internet and shit themselves laughing. 1. Realistically of old age, after having a family and happy life etc. 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 2. If I don't succeed in the different plans and ideas I have set in my life, I would like to set up an incredibly hard puzzle of solving my death. Either suicidal or with the help of someone, but I would really like to know that people will start making theories and try to find a solution to a mysterious death. Warm and comfortable inside a nice little oven. In my own bed, with a belly full of wine and a maiden's mouth around my cock, at the age of 80, apostrophe. I will go to that waterfall I saw earlier in Oregon, ride a bear to Norway, fight 9 polar bears but fail, and become one with the universe. Epic spirit journey. I want to disappear. Just evaporate. In my late 80s, when I realized dementia isn't far away, I'll just go outside to take the trash out when it's 30 below and not come back in. I want to jump off a plane and skydive to my death. Everyone wants to fly. Whorehouse heart attack. Not alone. Get hugged to death by a pretty lady. Recently started meds for depression. It used to be a gun to the side of my head, but now, for the first time I can remember, I can't imagine dying. Got my first child on the way. Bought a house. Love my partner. And I'm learning to love myself. I'm very fortunate to have had the support that I have. And a partner that won't give up on me. Sorry it took 5 years. Gorgeous. At plus 120 miles per hour around a corner and off a massive straight down cliff and ultimately ending in a badass explosion. Whether it's intentional or not, that's fine with me as long as no one else gets hurt. Hey, thanks for watching and don't forget to subscribe.